Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Greatman Ayilara. Very excited I am to be here with you again today. This is the 3rd of April 2020, the year of coronavirus pandemic. And the examination we are going to be doing together today borders around a very popular word that has been misused, misconceived, and mismanaged over the time. Talking about, oh, sorry, May. Okay, someone is trying to correct me. We are on the third day of May 2020. Thank you very much for that, for the correction. We are in 2020, May 3rd. Now we talk about the issue of love today. What does love mean to you? And is there any atom of selfishness in love? Is there any atom of selfishness in love? Now, don't forget that we are not ordinary people on this platform, at least to my own understanding and belief, that you don't think like ordinary men, do you? You don't behave like ordinary men. You don't behave like the rest of the people in the world. Not because you compare yourself to them, but because you are enlightened, you are awake, and you are a new breed of human that is putting on enough quality in you to be able to examine everything. Now, we want to test all spirits. In testing all spirits, we have to test what every word means in their totality, with or without our own experience. What is love? A lot of people will say God is love. That's what they will say. You ask them what is peace. Some people will tell you when we get to heaven, we will have peace. You ask them what is paradise? They say is a state where God puts you in a garden. And most times you ask them, what is perfection, justice, righteousness, holiness? And they say that all of these can only be achieved by God. Shall we doubt them? Shall we negate what they say that only God can do everything? Shall we do that? We want to be temperate. We want to take it easy. Shall we, because we know better, now upset other people or upset them or even try to antagonize them? Shall we discard their perspective towards life because we think we know better? I say no. But should we, because they are majority and we are minority, not say the truth? Or hold on to the thing that we have proved to be true? I say no to. So when you meet mankind and you ask them, what is your idea? What is your perception or perspective? What is your definition of love? And if the very first thing that comes out of their mouth is that God is love, now you are likely sitting, meeting, intending to go into a relationship with someone who is toxic in nature, someone who do not have a clue, understanding, minute hint of what love means. Because now outrightly they have zoned the responsibility of exerting their divine nature into something unseen, something that was cooked up. And they say that God is love and only Him can do all things and all that. So you ask them, if God is the one who wants to do all things, if God is love, if God is the one who is capable of doing all of the things that I need you to do for me, why did He make you since you said He created you? Then you are useless. You should have gone to the grave beyond or something. What is the use of you in my life? When you zone your responsibility of loving, of giving peace, of giving atmosphere of paradise to an unseen God which I cannot see. And don't forget to also refer them to their Bible that says, or their Quran that say, if you love the one you have not seen and hate the one that you see, your love is not real love. So human beings are capable of loving too. Human beings are capable of giving peace of mind to one another. If only we take responsibility and do unto others the way they want to be done for. Because most times I realize that the definition or understanding of love that we have is to do to people what we want them to do for us. And in the process of living life like that, you see selfishness. That this is transaction. People define love as situation where you give unto others what you want others to give to you. That is what businessmen do. That is pure business transaction. So even this God want you to obey him. This God want to run your life for you. This God is asking that you give your life to me. If the essence of loving me, helping me, coming to my aid is so you can possess me, take charge of my life, what you are doing is not help. What you are giving is not love. What you're doing is business transaction. So even when they say that God is love, note the kind of love they are telling you. A love that is bordered around give and take. Aside the fact that they don't want to take responsibility, they also have a very bad idea, very bad orientation of what love means. To them, love is about what is in it for me. Because to God, love is about what is in it for him or for her or for it. To Yeshua, it is about, I need your life. I need you to be my sheep. I need to be your shepherd. To Yeshua, it's about trusting me, obeying me, then I will give you my love. Now, is that true love? Is that what love means? That if I don't get something back from you, I cannot give you what I have in my own store. So constantly they project this kind of cruel, fraud, and symbiotic kind of love to you. You know, we have parasitic love, we have symbiotic love. Parasitic love is when I take from you and I give you nothing back in return. So I milk you dry. I'm sure a lot of people hearing me right now are in such a relationship where you are the one who gives all the time, where you are the one who have all the time to listen, where you are the one who is checking on the other person all the time, where you are the one looking for the good of the other person, and they don't care for you, where you are the one who respects them when they don't feel a need to respect you. Either the way they conduct themselves with an outsider within the home, within the confinement of the relationship, marriage, whatsoever, or somewhere else. A parasitic relationship. A symbiotic relationship is a relationship where it is based on 50-50, 50-50 relationship. That is symbiotic relationship. So I don't give my half if I don't see your half. So you have also been corrupted in your human nature to think that marriage should be about looking for a better half. So plainly before your eyes, in your sight, they hid it in there and say that love is selfishness. Love is about what is in need for you. So you say you are looking for who? For a man or a woman to complete you. You say you are looking for your better half. So what happens in the case of a better half? Excuse me. I have a cup of water here. It's half empty. Now, when you say you are looking for your better half, what you are saying is that you are looking for someone to fill you up. In the process of filling you up, the person is losing something also. So let's say the person is also having this same half of you. Two of you have a mentality of better half. The person have half empty cup, you have half empty cup, and you are trying to make the other person fill you in, complete you, fill up your life, be your better half. What will happen there is that you kill the other person, you mess up the life of the other person, you deteriorate the other person. You become selfish in such a way that even while you think your relationship is symbiotic, it is half kind of relationship, at the end of the day, it will become parasitic. Because when I pour the half size of mine into this cup, I am empty and you are filled up. This is a personality of someone who is selfish, who is greedy, who want to take it all while I am empty. And then when you now begin to see me react in a negative way, wrongly, you say, I am toxic. Because in our relationship, everything is about what is in need for you. Yet we say we love each other. That is what they told you when you're young. Whatever it is you practice at all, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, the concept of love is looking for someone who will do for you who will do for you how you want to be done for, and not someone who just do for you without expecting something back in return. So either you follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who tells you that you must be my slave, you must kill one another to please me, you must ensure everybody worship only me, or you follow Jehovah or Yeshua, who says, give me your life, I want to rule you, be my sheep, I want to control you. You are still not getting the right concept of love. That is why I say that if you follow this platform and you understand what I'm saying at all, you should not look at words, action, and behavior of people on the surface. You are a peculiar kind of person. You are genuine. You are wise. You are an epitome of quality. Because people live like this doesn't mean you have to live like that too. So in a symbiotic relationship, one is looking for the half of other before he will present his own half. But the better half is going to win the battle, because one person we have to pour into another person. And in the process of pouring into another person, what happens is that you become empty. So even your relationship, marital relationship, partnership in business, and all of those things is basically about symbiotic relationship, which is also still poisonous and very toxic in nature. And look at what the definition of love as in terms of God means to every other person. God is love in terms of trust and obey me. You don't have your own mind. You can't think outside the box. You can't query me. You can't reason with me. You can't deny me of my access to rule your life. Every time or any time you try to be independent and be free, I'm going to come and kill you. That is the definition of the love of God. But I'm saying now, are we saying that mankind are not capable of this love in its entirety without any emotion attached to it, without any form of sentimentalism, without nepotism, without a reward scheme, without a transactional mentality? Are we saying mankind is not capable of it? Look at the love that exists between you and your child today as a mother. Do you know how many times you have victimized that child just because you gave birth to them? So when they do not obey you or do what you will, you say, I carry you in my womb. You begin to refer to your breast and say, you suck my breast. Except I did not do this, except I did not do that. Taking advantage of your disposition towards them to make them become your slave. So children do not even understand the concept of love from home, from the background where they had raised up, because love to them means that you did me a favor, I must return the favor. You get the concept of love that we have practiced so far? This concept of love cut abroad all mankind across all cadres of life. An employer trying to victimize the employee, saying, I did you a favor by employing you, so you must, either you are well or you are sick, be at work at all time. I do not care what you go through in your home, just do my work, except I do not pay you. And you see a man who is saying that because I am the head of this home, even though I love you, but remember, I put a roof over your head and I put money in your account and I put food on your table. So what you are to do is to be my slave and just obey me. Is this what love means? The concept of love that you embrace, you want to have, you are looking for when they say love is unconditional. Are these the unconditional love that you have gotten so far? If only mankind can get these things right, our world will change. Look at the reason why you are a Christian. What is the reason why you are a Muslim? Because you need something from this God in the sky back, not because you just love this God unconditionally. So if I remove generational curse, if I remove powers of your father's house, if I remove village people, if I remove bad economy, if I remove hell and heaven from your mindset today, would you still be crazy about this God? So the God taught you the kind of love that he is, and you also play the same card back to this God. So I fear God only because I need him to protect me. There is a condition in our love. I worship God because I don't want to go to hell. There is a condition in our love. So God is threatening me with hell and heaven because he wants me to worship him or love him, or he needs some followers on this planet Earth. There is a condition in love. So today we're asking, the person who is posing this question is asking, is there selfishness in love? Now, all the love I have defined so far comes with selfishness, and that is all the love mankind has been exposed to all this while. Do you water a tree just for the sake of watering it alone, or you water a tree because you need something from it? The same weed that you clear off every time, some people water a tree mate and make it look like a garden. And not because they want to sleep there, but because they are just in love with life without string attached. What does your scripture taught you? That do not be weary in doing good, especially for those who are in the household of faith. Think about those ones you are in the same faith with before you think about others. Where is the love there? Even those who do not believe in your God, they do that. They do that. So let's go back to the example I raised earlier. Imagine that this cup is filled up, and your cup is also filled up, and we come together to form a team. What is going to happen? We will have overflow. We will have overflow. Overflow. Now, overflow means that we have loved ourselves as an individual, and the remnant of the love, the overflowing of love is now enough to spread upon other people. So, in a relationship or marriage where everybody bring their full cup of love, of self-esteem, of independence, children are not victimized to pay back their parents of all the goods that they have been done for at all cost. Because I know the reason why most of you have children is because you are trying to secure your old age. The reason why you have children is because you're looking for someone to lead on when you are old. I'm not saying children to take care of your parents. They have suffered on you. When they are feeble, you need to take care of them. But the sense of entitlement, you never requested them to give birth to you. They want to have a child. And your birth in their life is not something that comes without selfishness also. Are you getting the point now? It is because of their own pride, ego, and selfishness that people give birth to children. I also want to have something to call my own. You were born as a property to your parents until you became independent. You were born as one of their earthly possession. Most of you are listening to me, you might be feeling offended. Two people don't come together to give birth to children because of giving birth sake. People come together to give birth to children because they want a possession. Someone I can call my own, someone who will carry my family name, someone who will continue my legacy. Me, myself, and I is always permeating itself in all cadres and all actions of mankind. So you see? And first, it did that to to fulfill their own ego, bring you into this world for their own selfish reason. And because of that, you need to pay them for the reason why you were born, to secure their old age. What am I saying today? That there is such a love that doesn't come with condition. There is such a love that doesn't come with condition. That doesn't come with condition. And that love starts from you first. That love starts from you first. If the reason why you want to have a child is because you want reproduction to continue, you want humanity to continue procreating, you can easily just adopt. There are enough orphans in the world, homeless children in the world. You can easily just adopt. You don't need to add your own biological procreation to it. Yeah? You needed not to add your own biology. A child doesn't necessarily need to come out of your loin for you to father the child or mother the child. But because of selfish reason, I want my own biological. I don't know how children become biological, non-biological. Are we talking about weapon of mass destruction here, or we are talking about science experiment, or we are talking about mankind? So either this is your child or not, you should be able to father them selfishly the way you will father your own. How do we get to this point where the love we share becomes selfless? Where selfishness is subtracted out of our expression of love, where love becomes absolutely unconditional. When we begin to understand that the very first law of nature is self-preservation. It is very hard for you to be selfish to yourself. So the kind of love you express to yourself is a selfless love. But I ask you today, how many of you love yourself? Have you ever bothered to step out of yourself to fall in love with yourself before? All your life, what you heard is love the Lord your God with all your strength, with all your soul, and all that, and love your neighbor as yourself. Nothing is putting you in the primary scope of saying love you and love you madly. So religion programs you to put out all the element that makes you you on something else, an external body, an external creature, someone else. And what you deserve but you cannot get is what you are selfish about. You get the point now? Whatever it is you deserve but you cannot get is what you are selfish about. But something is enough. It is more than enough. It is overflowing. It is your nature. You do not become selfish about the things that you already have. But I put it to mankind today, 98% of them do not even love themselves. So when they experience a little bit of love, they become selfish about it. And it requires a lot of lower energy to now begin to exert that love. So in the process of expressing what you deserve but are not getting, your emotion is in place, agony, thrive, striving, all of those things, restlessness, lack of peace of mind, because you don't even know the color of love or the taste of it. You do not know that the only one you hold love to first and foremost is you. Try to step out of yourself. Can you fall in love with who you are? You have loved everybody. You have loved the Lord your God with all your strength, all your soul, all your power, all even your money. The money you could not spend on yourself, you spent it on this God that you have not seen. And so when money mistakenly comes into your hand, you become selfish with it. But you see, when you have enough confidence in money, that money is not a currency, money is a peace of mind on its own. Money is not attached to something external. Your value of money is not dependent on variables that could change today and be there tomorrow. You become selfless about these things. So religion push you and the best part of you on God and other people. What about you? You need to love you first. You need you first. You stay with yourself. When I am not there, when no one is there, it's you that you will have. You take you to sleep every night, wake up with you alone every morning and see you first. Even in the dark, it is you that you see. What would you view one day when you give all that belongs to you to someone else? Now, we do not talk about material things. We are not talking about money. I'm talking about being emotionally in love with yourself, being divinely crazy about who you are. Now, people will say it's pride. Don't give a hoot about what they say. Those who do not know what it means to love self always see those who love themselves as pride and selfish. So I ask you a single question now. Whenever they play a love song, who comes to your mind first? Let's do that exercise. Whenever they play a love song, who is the person that comes to your mind first? Now that's where you will know that you have been abused, that you are not normal, that something is wrong with you somewhere, that you are deprived, that you are like an orphan living in a lonely world, that you have been stolen from. Whenever you hear a love song, who comes to mind? Is it the dead bodies like Yeshua, like Muhammad, like all these things that comes to your mind? Who comes to your mind? Is it your spouse that comes to your mind first? Something is wrong with you. When you hear a love song and the first person that comes to mind is not you, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Because to understand what love means, you must have shown it to yourself and you must be enjoying it first. You can't give what you don't have. So whenever you give what you don't have, you have borrowed it. Whenever you have opportunity to pay it back, you pay it back selfishly. When you hear a love song, some people even think about their ex, someone who broke their heart, someone who has walked out on their life, someone who has messed up their life. At the play of a love song, it brings this nostalgic feeling of sadness in them. You have been conditioned to think that you are worthy of this love that is unconditional. For those who have children, sometimes when they play love, the first thing that comes to your mind is your children. It is wrong. That's why you spend all your life laboring over them, struggling over them. And when they make it at the end of the day, you are nowhere to be found. You are long dead, or sometimes you are alive but not presentable because you do not share the love you give to them with yourself. So they want to go for gala night, dinner night, award night, and all of those things. They can't flaunt you. Even on your birthday, they can't put you on their social media because you are gone. You have worn out. In the process of pushing the love on your children, you have messed your life. You understand what is going on now? Am I saying you don't love your children? Am I saying don't love your spouse? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that what kind of love do you give to someone that you have not tasted it first? When someone is not in your life, can you stand without someone in your life and still make life worth living? I'm not saying you can't be emotionally down, but I'm saying, will it get to the point where your world had to come to an end or stop because someone took a walk out of it? Because if they leave you in the past, they are not worthy of your future. So we talk about, is there selfishness in life, in love? No, there is no selfishness in love. The kind of love that brings selfishness is a love that does not even have a taste of its own self. A God that has loved itself, that is in love with itself, will not require over 7 billion people to forcefully love it. A God that constantly demands you that leave all you do, face me alone, is a God suffering from some kind of inferiority complex and some kind of vacuum in its life. It's not worth serving. How do you view a partner who is always telling you, don't do this, put that phone down, don't talk to this, don't do blah, blah, all those things? Huh? Say God is a jealous God. But in your scripture also, it also says that jealousy is a sin of witchcraft. All right, so we're not talking about the kind of jealousy you exert when someone is trying to intrude into your relationship or trying to take the love of your life away and all that. I'm talking about kind of jealousy that is becoming a possession, a possession. Without reason, you just want to enslave this person, all in the name of, I love you. I love you. Toxic people around, selfishness in it. And you realize that their reason for loving you is because there's something missing in their own life too. They are just using you to fill up the vacuum. And when you want to take a leave, they fight for you to stay. So this is what I'm telling you. Can you make the best meal all for yourself? It baffles me sometimes when people say when I cook too much, I don't even like to eat my own food. Wow. I don't like to eat my own food. But you suffer. You sweated. You labor in the kitchen to cook for others, to eat. And suddenly you don't like to eat your own food. How much of love do you have for yourself? That your food stings to you, but is palatable for others. Oh no, it will never be my portion in life. Whenever I make a food, whenever I cook for myself, the first day of that meal, of that soup, I eat the biggest meat in that soup for the first day. All the biggest meat belongs to me. Whatever happens to me in the dream and I go and don't wake up, they can eat the rest. The biggest meat in the soup belongs to me for that day. Eh? So you labor in life, you suffer in life, you deprive yourself of peace of mind, of luxury of life, of all the things that could make life worth living, only for you to die, leave it for someone else to eat. And you think that you are normal. You are not normal. Otinimenta, oh man. Those are the people they call Okusori Mosheshe, Okusori Mojia. Now, am I saying don't be benevolent? No, I'm not saying that. But before you reach out to others, are you sure you have settled yourself? Now, it is because you show yourself love that the love you show others do not come with a condition. Do you get the point now? Until you learn how to show yourself so much unconditional love, the love you show others will always be conditional. You have a bowl of gari at home, and that's all you have to drink. Why are you giving it to someone else? Do you think I will profit if you die? Do you think it's going to be, you are going to enter the Guinness Book of Record when you have given your bowl of gari away? You now went into Oga, you have ulcer, and you die in the course. Who are you trying to save? The world? You are wasting your time. The highest you can do is to divide it. Make sure you stay alive enough to have the next meal. They say charity do what? Begins at home. Do you know the meaning of charity? Charity means love. Say love begins at home. Now, love begins at home does not mean love begins in your family house or in your marital relationship. No, it means that love begins at this is your home. Have you shown love to this home? Have you shown love to this temple? Have you shown love to this casing? Have you loved it enough? Have you loved yourself enough? The love you want to show the world. Can we see you as an example of the love you are showing? Ẹni tí ó daṣọ fún ni, tara ẹ̀ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ wò. If you're going to give me clothes, I'm going to check what is on you first. So we need to understand how to place our priority right. Priority setting now is what we are talking about. The moment you are able to put your priority right, now I'm not saying don't be sacrificial. I'm not saying don't be altruistic. I'm saying know your limit. Whatever love you want to share with people, if you're going to be sharing 20 love with people, make sure you are eating 30 love. You have shown yourself 30 different shades of love before you show other people one shade or 20 shade. And is it not when you do well that people approach you? That's why happy people are always attractive, even if they are ugly. So I look at women out there and I say, there is no ugly woman, there is no beautiful woman. We only have attractive women. Now, attraction now does not mean that you are opening up or you are going nude and all of those things. See, attraction means you magnetize someone. So magnet is not something you magnetize and you now get relieved. Are you getting my point? Because some of you think attraction is the same as having sexual lust towards you. Still boils down to how were you trained? What is your understanding? What is your comprehension about life? How much of wisdom is in you? How do you think? You think attraction is lust, sexual lust? No, that's not attraction. Attraction means someone comes, stay glued to you. And I have searched the world over. There are two things that make people attractive: kindness and happiness. Two things make people attractive: kindness and happiness. If you have these two things, it shows that you have loved yourself enough to be kind to others. And you have loved yourself enough that your happiness now is exhuming, is emitting out of you. You call it good aura, good aura. Kindness, happiness, good aura. No matter how ugly you are, no matter how unshaped, unformed that you are, if you have kindness, if you have happiness, you are attracted to everybody. Ever wonder why people who smile a lot have enough friends? Now we are talking about how much of your love, how much of yourself have you loved first? Because a lot of us do not even understand the concept of love and loving. And out of this half understanding of what love means, we procreate children who lack the basic understanding of what love means. In the social media age, where people now go to live a fake life but update, it's pathetic how our children are growing up. It's pathetic how our children are growing up. A competition with one another, struggling to be this, struggling to be that, smiling to the camera, sad within yourself. Everybody on the dinner table on a night out, pressing their phone, not minding each other, but posting a picture where they are all loved up. Just because you need love. Love. Have you noticed that the most visible and the most popular emoticon on social media world is that icon of love? Because those who make these things know that that is what people are looking for: love. It is an aberration, a deterioration of your divine being, of who you are as a person, to look for love. Love is supposed to be manufactured within you, forced to be consumed by you, and then to be shared with others. If the reaction on people on social media is your definition of love, you have failed. You'll be depressed on time. Have you ever wondered? You make a post and you either put it on your Insta story or your WhatsApp status or your Facebook status and all that. No one is reacting to your post. They are not liking it. They are not loving it. They are not smiling at it. They are not interacting with it. They are not messaging it. Give it some time. Go to your instant story. Go to your WhatsApp story. Go to your Facebook story. You see that hundreds of people have seen it. They have watched it, but they refuse to comment. It tells you one thing: people don't like you. They are just watching you. People don't like you. They are just watching you. Everyone is also looking for who to love them. So when you try to project your own love, they just watch you and say you have sense. People don't like you, they're just watching you. But look at it on the day you say, come and collect this. Everybody bring their pot of soup. Everybody bring their bank account. They will rush you. People don't like you for who you are. Nobody want the original version of you. They just want the one that they can copyright enough to sell and make money out of. That is the kind of world we live in right now, in the age of the Pisces. In the age of the Pisces. The kind of love we live, the kind of world we live in. They don't like you. You think they believe in what you're saying? You think they can die for you the way you want to die for them? You think they think about you? You think they really care about you? You have to go like yourself. You have to go love yourself. Live your life this way that whatever it is I want someone to do for me, I must be able to do it for myself. Live like that. Make a vow within you and say, everything I lack, the moment I come to the consciousness of what I lack, I will produce it for myself first. I will exert all energy, all power, all means to make sure that I put it on my own table. People don't like you. They just, as a matter of fact, some of these people are following you because they want to see the end of you. Have you not noticed that? People come to your page, people come to your social media, people come to your house, people want to remain in your life long enough to see your ending. And the day they saw you ended, that day they show all the love. And you think they are emotional. You think they are crying because you are gone. But have you ever heard about the tears of joy before? Some of the tears you see on your graveyard on that day is not going to be the tears of someone missing you. It's going to be tears of, oh, I saw the ending of this person. These are the people you want to spend the rest of your life trying to please, the rest of your life trying to please. These are the people you want to impress. These are the people you are putting yourself on nonsensical competition for. You need to love who you are, be comfortable with yourself. The moment you turn the halogen and the spotlight of love on you, the rest people become your audience. And nobody will gain audience to you without buying a ticket to your show. That brings me to conclusion by saying you need to also learn how to be selectively available. Be selectively available. I'm not doing motivation for you. I'm just telling you, be selectively available. And before you come out with your conviction, know that this is what you want to do because people will rise up against you. Yoruba people say, èèyàn bí àparò ni lọmọ aráyé ń fẹ́. Èèrà ò fẹ́ pòpòrò dénú. Ọmọ aráyé ò fẹ́ kó yẹni. Nobody really wants you to be successful. So when you leave Islam, they want you to come back. They fight against you. They pull you at all cost. Only you will not get that freedom. Only you will not see that light. Because they know their family does not permit it. Their workspace does not permit it. Their location does not permit it. But you that are privileged to come out of the religion they want to put you. So when you leave Christianity also, they come at you and say, we are praying for you. From we are praying for you to say, we really love you. From saying we really love you to say, God will punish you. It doesn't take them time to turn their eyes on you. It doesn't take religious people to turn their unconditional love to conditional love. They just put you in hell. Simple. It's like deleting something from your system. It goes into recycle bin straight away. Don't want to relate with you. And you begin to wonder. I thought we were practicing unconditional love. I thought you guys love sinners. I thought your Yeshua came for sinners. Why don't you love me the way? Oh. Being selectively available. And having this kind of madness, this extraordinary confidence in yourself that this is what I want. Tomorrow, I may want something else. But today, as long as I breathe, this is what I want. And if it is good for me, nobody have a say over it. And these things start with self-validating yourself, as I run up. Self-validating yourself. Why do you wait for me to give you kudos before you think your life is making sense? Why? What kind of a human being are you? Why are you waiting for me to give you thumbs up before you think your life is making sense? Why? I feel angry right now. Why does my opinion matters in how you feel? If you feel sad, happy, joyful, depressed, whatever it is, it happens within you. Why are you waiting for my own external opinion to feel good within yourself? What kind of a human being is that? Why do you need the world to give you accolade before you think you are making sense with life? You can see the kind of conditional love you are putting yourself on. Yesterday, I held a class on Zoom. We're talking about maximizing the gift of depression. We spoke at length on maximizing the gift of depression. And I will borrow a leaf from there. I said to them, I said, success is constant. Whatever it is you call success in Nigeria should be success in South Africa. If it is success in South Africa, it should also be success in United States of America. All over the world, success should be constant. It should be success. Success should not be determined by how many people witness it, how many people approve it, how many people give you accolade for it. Success is just success. If you are the only one who witnessed this success, it is success. If other people witness it, it is still success. Are we agreeing together? Now, why do you wait for people to give you an award before you can feel that you have achieved something spectacular? If you really did something successful and awesome, is it so hard for you to order for a plaque of award? Put your name on it, what you did right, and put it on your shelf. If that will make you happy. Why are you waiting to be posted on the page of newspaper? A paper. Now what to determine your self-esteem and how much you believe in yourself? A paper. A paper. Seriously? They will use the same paper to raise propaganda against you, son. They will still use the same paper to announce your obituary. Why should a paper matter? Why should your picture on the paper, on the newspaper, matters to you? Why should how many people visiting your page, liking your page, viewing your video, affect the quality and the value of the truth that you speak at all times? So I said, when I speak into one person or 0 person online, I speak with the same passion I will use to speak to 1 million people. Because I know what I'm saying will be forever true. And some other people in the future will stumble on it and it will help them. And the effectiveness of message, truthfulness, to me, is not quantified or measured by the number of people it's affecting in the immediate present. It is the number of people it will eventually, the aggregate number of people it will eventually cut across to this planet as long as the earth remains. So you're waiting for an award night before you think you are doing something better with yourself? Why? What kind of a human being is that? So does it mean it is more successful when people witness it, when they clap for you? And less successful if you are the only one who witness it and accord yourself the right accolade? Is that not how you train your children up? Sorry, every time I teach, I go back to children because we want to raise quality human being. Is that not how you treat your children now? So they come up with second position and you compare them with others and say, the one with first position today have 2 words. You even threaten them. So your child comes home and say, I'm the best in my class, I'm the best in our destiny. And you say, no, don't praise yourself. Let other people praise you. Pride come before destruction. What kind of a parent is that? What kind of a child do you think? You are defeating that child gradually. So the child will spend the rest of his or her life waiting for external accolade to feel this internal joy. And that's how their orientation about love begins to go down, go sour, become adulterated. Many marriages, homes, relationships, businesses crash today. Many friendships crashing today just because of comparison. You must understand that people come with their own uniqueness. What's the uniqueness of your partner? What is your own uniqueness also? What other kind of uniqueness are the two of you coming to produce into the world? Must you have a perfect home like those people on Instagram, on social media? You mustn't. As a matter of fact, the people that shows more of their love life success online are fake people. It is called social media life. It is different from real life. So when your validation comes from the opinion, from an electronic opinion, failure will shock you. It will shock you. I say again, when your validation in life comes from electronic opinion, you will be shocked at the end of the day. And those are the people that move into the negative kind of depression where there is blaming self-harm and suicide thought begin to creep in. Is there selfishness in law? I leave you to answer that now. I believe from now onward, you'll be able to explain better. First, by applying this to your life, making it work, and then living it so much that you need not a word to teach other people. My name is Greatman Ayilara. You can follow me on all my social media at the Greatman Ayilara on Facebook and Instagram. At the Greatman Ayilara on Facebook and Instagram. And if you are yet to join us on our YouTube platform, Greatman Ayilara on YouTube, press the subscribe button and also press the notification button to give alarm to all so that you know when we are live. And if something is telling you to share a token with our humanitarian organization, Crystal Love Support Foundation, do not hesitate to reach us via crystallovefoundation@gmail.com. Crystal Love Foundation at gmail.com will provide the necessary detail for you, the project on ground, and which one you want to take part in. And then together, we create a paradise and heaven for mankind, not because we fear God, but because we love humanity. Namaste. And enjoy yourself.